That's amazing. How many applications would you say you've taken over the past 6 months? Obviously,
200.
there's ramp up time, right?
220.
How many closed loans would you say you've had? Wow. How we doing?
Good. How are you?
What your experience has been like so far with lead hackers? How long have you been with us, Scott?
I think I started in January or February.
Almost 6 months. That's amazing. How would you say lead hackers has helped you in managing and generating your leads more effectively?
I love it. Lead Hackers has let me generate my own leads rather than chase realtors and beg for scraps off of people's tables. And this is the way I prefer to run my business.
How long have you been doing that? Were you doing that before lead hackers?
I've always done my own. Back in
Awesome.
the day, it was in person. There were investors clubs. With COVID, nobody met in person anymore.
Were you able to close any loans through lead hackers?
Yeah, I'm getting tons of leads, good quality leads now that I've learned to refine my audience and take what Lead Hackers has taught me to target better.
Well, let's talk about this, right? Sounds like you were doing self lead generation a little bit before lead hackers. How would you say that has improved as far as your skill set goes since working with us? You've been with us about 6 months. You're on a lot of the coaching calls. What would you say are the most important things that you were able to take away and implement into your business?
Most important thing I got from Lead Hackers, aside from running my own leads, was to quit dating my CRM and to marry it. That has really changed my business. Go High Level is a fantastic tool. And once I committed to go all in with it, which I was encouraged by Alex and the guys at Lead Hackers, it's made a huge improvement in my life.
That's amazing, man. And what features of the CRM do you find most valuable?
Just keeping me on my toes. I don't have to remember who to call and when to call. It's so well automated and it works so well for the mortgage business that it has taken a big load off of my brain and just put it into the computer.
Yeah, Lead Hackers 2.0, right? That was cool. We're always trying to obviously improve the system. And that was one of the main things, right? Is if mortgage brokers could just come in the morning and not even have to think about who they need to call and just have that completely automated for them every single day, then obviously they would benefit greatly. They would able to clear some headspace, right? And just know and be confident that they're calling the person at the right time that they're supposed to call them.
Yeah, brings in so many leads that there's no way I can keep track of it mentally. I get 2 to 6 leads every single day, unique, my own leads, Lead Hackers.
And you actually were one of the students who joined the masterclass. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that and what your experience was like with Trevor's masterclass?
Trevor's masterclass was great. I've been doing loans a long time, but in as organized and methodical fashion as he does. So I got a ton of value out of the masterclass. Just upped my professionalism a lot.
That's awesome. I mean, what would you say to anybody who is maybe on the fence with working with lead hackers? Because obviously, look, it's not for everybody. Some people, what we find is a lot of mortgage brokers, they just kind of want everything done for them. And then when they realize how expensive it is to get everything done for them, they'll eventually come to lead hackers, right? And understand that, by relying on yourself to conduct the business, that's where you're going to find the consistency. If you're relying on another company or a lead generation company to do everything for you, there's going to be a lot of inconsistency in your business, right?
Yep.
And you're going to be completely reliant on somebody else to essentially do your job for you, right? And then when you factor in the fact that, they're charging a $2,000 a month minimum service fee, it makes it extremely difficult to win.
This isn't just plug and play. You have to engage, look at your stats, look at what's working, look at what's not, and tweak it. This isn't a passive, but as you learn, the leads get better and better. Alex always says your first month leads can be the worst you ever seen. I've been in about 6 months now, and I took 6 applications last week.
That's amazing. How many applications would you say you've taken over the past 6 months? Obviously,
200.
there's ramp up time, right?
200.
How many closed loans would you say you've had?
20.
Wow.
I'm running 3%. That's about what they say it's supposed to be. I'm trying to get it up to 5 with better follow-up, more aggressive. I'm trying to institute really tenacious, aggressive follow-up. I let too many deals fall through the cracks. Again, this is why the CRM is helping me so much.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that you could do, right, is we can take all those leads that fell through the cracks and drop them into text campaigns. And if you want, we could help you out with that on the coaching calls. No problem.
Yeah, I've been doing that. I go 2 months back,
doing it?
all those people.
Good.
And yeah. I'm using the tools. They're all there. You just have to
Yeah.
use it. You can't sit back and expect it to be done for you.
Yeah, 100%. It sounds like you're doing all the right things for the value, right, of what you're paying. Some people are paying, I think you're on the 250 a month plan. We recently raised our prices to 300 a month. But for the value, when you talk about the CRM, all of its capabilities, the 15 coaching calls per week. Let's say if you didn't know the price of this and you had to guess the price of this, and when we explained all the features, what do you think something like this warrants? And don't worry, we're not going to increase the price, but where do you find this in value as far as how you can compare this? Because we try and say, we have a philosophy, create a $100,000 product, sell it for $100, right? So when you talk about like lead generation companies, I don't know any lead generation companies, even the ones that are charging $4,000, $5,000 a month, where you have access to as much access as you do with lead hackers, whether it's access to the CEO, the COO, all of the coaching calls. If you had to put a number on a weekly service fee, what would you put that number at?
I'm using another lead generation company at $1,000 a month plus my ad spend with a terrible amateurish CRM, and get a phone call every quarter with somebody who knows what's going on. This is the greatest deal in the business. I'm getting ready to get rid of the other. Now that I've tweaked my ads to where I'm getting better leads than from the other, I'm about to drop it and save myself $1,000 a month.
And maybe just put that into ad spend, man. You'll get exponentially more bang for your buck, right? That's the idea.
Absolutely.
That's awesome, man. So what would you say to anybody who's on the fence working with lead hackers?
What do they say in AA? The program works if you work it, right? If you commit. Like I say, don't sit back and think this is passive and someone's going to hand you deal. You got to go to the coaching calls. Some great strategy by guys who've been doing this for a while. Learn how to tweak the ads, learn how to target the right audience, and it's fantastic. But if you're not willing to do the work, then just keep begging realtors.
Yeah, 100%. If you're not willing to do the work, it's not a good fit, right?
Yeah, and that's why I've been coming to like almost every strategy call.
Yeah.
I learned something every time from the other people, from you. I have to really dig in and work it. But if you work, it works.
Absolutely. And that's what I always try and tell people is, hey, regardless of whether this works for you, and that's kind of like it's like a lot of people are like, hey, I'll let you know if this is going to work for me. It's like, well, you got the wrong mindset right there. You have to make it work. And, I tell people all the time, listen, whether you stay with us or not, you will leave a better mortgage broker or a better loan officer than when you came. Come to the coaching calls and do what you have to do. So Scott, this has been an awesome call. Obviously, I promised you I'd keep it short because I know you got plans this morning, but I appreciate you hopping on. Sure. And it's awesome to have you as part of the community, man. You're somebody who has dived in head first, purchased the masterclass to hone your skills. And I'm glad to hear that that's paying off. And, we're going to keep adding new features and adding new classes in order to help you hone your craft and get better, man. So, and one thing that I appreciate is somebody who comes to the coaching calls, and you've been a great student. So I appreciate having you, man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I make just about every one. I think there was a couple of weeks, a month or so ago where I didn't, but so much value out of the coaching calls that I'm there every time. I mean, that is blocked out of my schedule. This is unavailable Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon.
Right.
Don't talk to me. Leave me alone. I got things to do.
That's awesome, Scott. Well, certainly we're going to do some meetups soon. So I'm going to be like traveling. I know I'm going to New York. We're going to do a meetup in Arizona. Where are you at, Scott?
I'm just outside of DC.
You're just outside of DC. Yeah, I'm going to try and tour and just meet up with a bunch of lead hackers all over the country. So I'll have to put that on my list, man. But funny. Again, appreciate you taking the call, man. And sure. I'll see you on the coaching call tomorrow.
I'm an evangelist for lead hackers right now. I mean, every day I'm into Loan Factory. We have a spaces where the loan officers talk, and every day I'm thumbs upping lead hackers.
Well, you gotta push that affiliate program, man. I mean, you could be making money hand over fist. We have Alan is making, I think, like $3,000 to $5,000 a month passive income. That's just great. By referring lead hackers. And it's like you're providing to somebody else, you're providing this insane value. It's the most affordable option that exists on paper. Yep. Like it should be pretty easy to get these people to join. And then, especially if they have somebody like you who's already successful with the program, can kind of help them and guide them and make them, make sure that they're coming to the coaching calls. They're going to be successful and they're going to stay for a long time, just like you. Not many people stay with a lead generation company for 6 months.
Right.
Yeah, they'll stay 3 months, 4 months max. You've been with us 6 months, and I have a feeling you're probably going to be with us a lot longer than that, man.
So I'm going to stay. It's really the last 2 months. It's clicked for me what I have to do to make it work, but it's fantastic. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you. I'll see you on the coaching calls, man.
All right. Thanks.
All right.